Welcome to Morning Coach today. I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. It's December 9th, 2024, episode 5540. It's a Monday. And we love Mondays. We love this time of year. You know, it's the holidays. People are in a holiday spirit. We're ready to go. And for us, it's not only the holidays. It's about getting your plan ready to attack the new year, to live your life just in an awesome way. You know, and we're going to do that this year. We're going to take it to the next step, next level. We've got a wonderful community of people coming together here. We're growing, and it's exciting. Going into my 20th year of doing this, and really excited about year 20 and what we're going to do together, is we're going to make the world a better place together, and just by you living a better life with more energy and focus. And that's what we're going to get into this week. Just real quick, we're going to talk about procrastination and ending procrastination through focus. And we're going to really talk about focus this week and get into it in detail and really make sure we're both on the same page with this. Obviously, our planning system works well. The new planner is amazing. The workbook planning system that we're putting together this year, so many new resources and tools for you. But as always, we want to keep it as simple as possible. You know, just get that sacred six in order and say as many things as you can. But there is depth here. It's your life, right? And depending on what age you are, you've got some age, you've got some wisdom, and you've got some depth. And we want to dive into that depth and make sure we're doing the things we need to do. And in procrastination, in the things that we should be doing, and focus on those things through focus, okay? And so we're going to do that this week. Excited about it. Obviously, we've got that today. We've got the new planner coming. We've got a huge, I've mentioned the announcement. We're getting into longevity and anti-aging. We're going to be doing some huge things in that in the next couple weeks. We got some big meetings this week on that with Dr. Paul. We've got our International Inner Circle Mastermind, our full day meeting on the 13th. This Friday, we're going to be going over everybody's plans. So it's just a lot of really great people coming together. Tomorrow, we'll get into our book study, Mind Magic. I am enjoying this because of the neuroscience behind it and the meditative factors. This is an area that I really want to work on this year personally, and I really like this book. I just do. And even if you don't believe in the in the woo-woo side of the metaphysical side of things, I think the idea of meditating to change your mind and focusing on things, this book really rings true. It's just, we have a lot of very intelligent people here at Morning Coach. And I always laugh. We laugh when I'm with the group. Like, I don't know how we attract such amazing people. But the intellect, this book, really works with. And it makes you think about, wow, maybe I need to be doing some of these things, which we're going to talk about tomorrow on chapter 3 and 4, which I really like tomorrow. So the book study is Mind Magic, the neuroscience of manifestation, how it changes everything. On Wednesday, we've got what we focus on expands, and how do we keep that focus? Again, another topic that's really important as we're working on our plan right now, and this is our planning month, getting that mission in place. There's a real important idea there. We're going to talk also on Thursday about that. Why do I keep losing focus is a question I get a lot. How do I stick with it? And I want to talk about on Thursday the morning and evening routines or rituals without getting too intense. This is one of the ones I see a lot of people that get upset if they're not following everything to the T. And sometimes you've got to make some changes. Sometimes things happen. I'm in Indiana. I'm getting ready to go to Florida next week, but I'm here in Indiana, and my cold plunge, like the heater unit, it's too cold for even that. So I had to disconnect it. It iced up a little bit. And so I'm trying to figure out my cold plunge exactly how I'm going to do it through the winter, because I do have a heater on there, but I don't run it constantly in case power goes out or something. So there's always things that happen, right? So you can't get so intense that if I can't do my cold plunge that, I'm going to be all messed up. So we want to make sure we've got focus and we have that morning and that evening, but we don't want to get too intense with it, and we're going to go over that Thursday, okay? Friday, we got financial focus. We're going to talk a little bit about that going into the new year. Saturday, obviously, Dr. Paul. We're getting more into longevity and anti-aging. And then Sunday, we got spiritual focus on energy. And what does that mean? So a great week. As always, let's get started off with your morning ritual, your morning routine. Take some time for self-care. Again, our new book, The Neuroscience of Manifestation. We're learning more and more about the importance of this. And again, for me, you're going to hear me talk about this. My evenings are just as important as my mornings. I've had some slip-ups, nothing major, but a couple things I'm not really happy about in the way that I feel because some of my evenings, so staying up a little too late, doing some things that, just hanging out, some things that I got to get a little bit more control over. That's just me. I love tell you what I'm going through. So self-care, not only in the mornings, but in the evenings. And then we want to listen to Coach Cast. Obviously, you're here. Get your 7 Ps in order. Those first 3 are really critical. Have the right perspective, set the priorities, and get better at the things you're doing. And of course, organize with your planner. And the new planner is available. It's up in the community. We're sending that out. It's out there. You can grab the new planner. You can jump in with the new workbook. And more of that's coming over the next couple weeks, even though I'm going on vacation the 16th through the 20th next week. I'm heading to Florida to disappear for a little while. I'll be around as always. I'll get ahead with the recordings, but I'm going to take a little break and then get back to my planning the 21st on, which I just absolutely love. All right, so let's get into procrastination a little bit today and talk a little bit about why do we procrastinate. There's a couple reasons, right? And why we don't get things done. One of those is the fear of failure. And it's just because we doubt that we will do it. There's anxiety, there's self-doubt. And so you don't start the project because you're afraid to meet expectations. Just so you know, these are some of the problems. Perfectionism is another one. A lot of people have this in their lives where they want everything to be perfect and they'll delay the task until it's ideal. Our planning system, just so you know, is kind of like this. I want it to be as perfect as possible, but it's going to have adjustments as we go. And the problem I have with that is once you start working in it with it, you don't want to copy everything over. I have to get with Jurgen. Maybe Jurgen knows a way to do that. But, I want to make sure that, it's as good as it can go, but we have to get it out there. And then we can start working on the different areas. By the way, I have a new roadmap. If you go to morningcoach.com and look in the footer and you click roadmap, you can send suggestions you'd like to see in the system. And also, I'm going to show you the things that we're working on. Pretty cool. Okay. So there's a roadmap down there. But again, perfectionism is something that stalls us out. And again, I see it in the things that we do because I really want things to be as good as they can be. But you got to watch that being something that holds you back. Lack of motivation could be a problem if the task doesn't feel meaningful or enjoyable. It could be hard to get started. Studying for a subject you dislike, doing something you don't want to do. The importance of Morning Coach is over years, and we do this over years, right? I keep asking you, are you doing things that are giving you energy or taking energy? Eventually, we will get you to things that are giving you energy and that you're motivated to do, but it can be hard to get there. Certain things I have to do differently in my life going into 2025 for it to be where I want it to be. Obviously, I'm working on marathons, but there's mental things that I want to do. My evening routine, more meditation, working on the new book that we're doing, really incorporating that more into my life. That's where I'm at. So a little bit of that. And then another thing that could hurt you or cause some procrastination is a lack of focus or time management, meaning you have difficulty organizing tasks or underestimating how long they'll take, waiting to the last minute to complete assignments. A lot of us do this, and it's part of the organizational planning system that we talk about. Remember, I'm all about freedom. And in order to be freedom, you have to have discipline. So, getting this project management system together is really important. Another big one for a lot of people, new people that come to us, is task overwhelm, meaning the tasks are large or complex. They can feel daunting. If you think about writing a book, this is a big one why people procrastinate. And I'm holding up my hand, right? You go to write a book and you sit down and you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to take forever. This is going to be huge. It's going to take forever. No, it's not. If you just take it day by day, if you organize your system and use the consistency structure that we have, the book will get finished. But you can get overwhelmed. Some of the other ones, instantaneous gratification, right? That's a big one. It's choosing the immediate rewards over long-term benefits. This is an area that, again, understanding the timing of things is really important and making sure you structure your life appropriately and watching that. Emotional avoidance is another one, where you're just, you don't want to deal with a negative emotion or you're dealing with frustration, boredom, or fear. There could be a lack of energy or a lack of focus. We've talked about that, where there's fatigue, there's burnout. Distractions, you're putting off exercising after a long day of work. That happens. And we're going to work on that. And again, a lot of things we're bringing to you are going to help you with these ideas. Some other ones, maybe decision fatigue. You have too many decisions and it leads to mental exhaustion and it reduces your ability to prioritize tasks. We all go through this. There's a lot of times when I'll yell when I'm with a group of people, you just decide. I don't want to decide. I decide way too many things. You decide, right? And maybe low self-efficacy, belief that you're not capable of completing something. You don't have that belief in yourself. So you avoid learning a skill because it seems too difficult. You don't feel you can do it. You don't have that self-belief. And we want to build up on that. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, the way we avoid procrastination is by working our system. Okay, this is how it works. We want to break tasks into smaller steps. So the first step we have is what we're doing right now is getting really structured to that North Star mission, that tactical mission, so that we know this is what I'm working on. And anything outside of that, why are you working on it? As a coach, I'll question you. Why? What are you doing? Why are we going outside the mission? Better be a reason for it. And then we break those tasks down into goals, right? So our goals are going to lead us to our mission. And then there's projects within the goals, and then there's tasks within the goals. So we structure that. And once you have that in place, you just work the plan. Yes, it takes a little bit of time, but it helps you in procrastination. You want to set specific goals and deadlines to stay focused. Again, part of our process is getting that mission and then getting the goals in order that you're going to go after and have a specific deadline and stay focused. I got to tell you, when I do my marathon plan, instead of just working out, I'm so focused when I have a coach that tells me this is what I need to do every week. I'm running 4 times a week. I'm doing this. It's a nutrition I'm eating. I'm doing this. I have goals. I have deadlines. I've got plans. It just works, right? And we can do that in all areas of our life. Again, we're going to talk about this Thursday. I don't want to get so intense or OCD that all of a sudden it becomes a stressful thing, but we need some structure, okay? We need to identify and address emotional blocks like fear or anxiety. These are really important. What are the things that are getting in the way of getting things done? I have a problem in the evening, and I don't know when this started. I used to work out in the evening with Sir back in the day, but lately I get really bored. I get some fatigue, and I'm not utilizing my evenings properly. That's just full disclosure. So for me to be the best that I can possibly be, I want my evenings to be awesome. Well, and that could be just watching a movie or reading a book. But I don't want to get into that boredom cycle where I'm like, whoa, where's my head at? And that's the emotional block that I'm kind of having, is making my evenings more productive so I don't waste the evening. Again, just telling you where I'm at with it. And I'm working on that this year. I want to incorporate more meditation and more visualization, really work on getting my mind to change. And it's really important to understand as we're reading our book that you can change your mind. And when you change your mind, you change yourself. Okay? You want to create a distraction-free environment where you're working. Where are you working? Do you have a place where you can sit down and work and you're not distracted? And then you want to reward yourself for progress to enforce positive behavior. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to fall back. I call it backsliding within our system. Everybody's going to do that. I'd be the first person to say, if you said, have you made any mistakes? Yeah, I'd raise my hand. This year has been pretty good. I'm happy with the structure of it. I'm going to ask you how the year went. As we get into our planning, what would you change? A couple things that I would change. Again, my evenings, there's been some sliding there where I lost a few days that I could have did better. There's some things I want to improve on, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I've made some mistakes along the way. I haven't accomplished everything that I wanted to do. I didn't get my books out this year. Again, writing is something that takes a back burner. I'm procrastinating a little bit. And I want to look at that big picture and go, okay, what am I really focused on accomplishing? Which really is making Morning Coach great, growing the inner circle. Those are the things that now I'm focusing on that I didn't focus on. Running my marathon in 3:30. Being able to isolate and understand what is going to bring joy, and then enjoying the process is part of what we're doing, right? That's part of the whole situation. So procrastination occurs for various reasons. And we all get into this mode where we push things back and we don't do what we're supposed to. But that's why we're here. That's why you've got Morning Coach, to establish that routine in the morning so you can prioritize. You can learn what to say no to, what you should say yes to, and then get your life where you need to be. And again, I think one of those big areas is health. I want you to feel amazing. I want you to feel that energy so that you can take on the day and you don't get caught up in doing something that is taking away from your energy or taking your health in a different direction. And that includes stress, right? So we've got to dial in everything from the finances to the relationships to the spirituality to the health to your priorities. And that's what we're doing together. And it's a great week to start. This is a great week. We're in a great place to really start focusing on 2025 and what we're going to do together. So get some structure and organization with that. By the way, I'm going to be putting up some intake forms so I understand what you're working on, what systems you have, so we can start building out some groups of people that are kind of working on the same things. Look for those either in the community or via email so that you can get us some information and we can build the best system for you individually. That's really what I want to do. That's part of my mission and part of my dream. All right, let's get off to a great week. I love you bunches, and we'll be back tomorrow as we get into our book, and I'm loving this book. Marius, thank you for giving us, suggesting this book. It's been great. We're going to talk a little bit about moving your mind tomorrow. But today, let's eliminate some procrastination. Let's work on our plans, and let's get ready to make 2025 amazing.